96% of my real estate transactions, 500 transactions closed in my career, have been from sphere of influence. Don't tell me it's not scalable. Don't tell me it's not possible. Don't tell me I need paid leads or this strategy or that strategy. The sphere of influence can absolutely work. Now, I do think that the sphere of influence is your business, your job. Every lead generation tactic is driving people in your sphere of influence, but we're going to dive into exactly how to leverage some of those many spheres that you have. We're going to talk about it all next. What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook, talking sphere of influence. You know I love this one. If this is your jam and you are on board and you are dedicated to grow your business in a way that I feel is much more rewarding than some of the other paid lead generation things and all of the, other hot topic things that are out there, then please subscribe to this channel. We talk about it a lot. We talk about all the processes, all the things. Certainly there are other things that I incorporate into my business, but goal number one is to help you generate a massive sphere of influence. No matter if you're new to where you serve or you've been there your whole life like I have, it is possible to take it to the next level. If you're in, click that notification bell. If you're listening on the podcast, please share the show with somebody that needs to hear it. A lot of people are having tough times in real estate right now. This is absolutely a game changer. Let's go. So certainly, I always say your sphere of influence is your business. Everything that you do is to drive people in your sphere of influence. At open houses, we want to have conversations, get people into our sphere. Okay, I get it. Today, we're talking about these mini spheres, these things that we are doing already within our day-to-day life where there are other people and human interaction, right? Leads are one thing. I'm over it. I hate the word leads. It's really about the conversations. A lead is not anything that you should pay for until it's a conversation, in my opinion. So how do we have more conversations, right? Look at your life. Look at what you do, where there's people, your clubs, your groups, your kids, your churches, your gyms, whatever that is. And we can together focus on those things and approach them just a little bit differently, and absolutely have that be a very key pillar in our lead generation business. A common misconception I hear is you cannot scale through your sphere of influence. You cannot scale anything unless you are trying to actively grow it, right? And so if you're not actively trying to grow your mini spheres, you're not trying to leverage your industry partners, you're not trying to do this, or not trying to do that, right? If you do open houses, if you're not doing multiple in a weekend and you're not doing multiple in a month and you're not, doing them consistently, you're not going to scale. Just like sphere of influence. If you're not focusing on those conversations, not focusing on making those contacts, driving them to a certain area, if you don't have a strategy and you're just willy-nilly like, oh, that person knows me, so they're going to call me when they need to buy or sell their house, it's just not going to happen. So we need to have an actual strategy when we're talking about these spheres of influence to grow them professionally and well. I will tell you, I do not walk around anywhere and say, do you know someone who wants to buy or sell? That is absolutely out. I cover this so in-depthly in my course. This is my bread and butter. You can tell I'm passionate about it. Number one, right? Pillar number one is a sphere of influence. We go through every single step on how to build it professionally, how to build it likable, right? And do it a little bit differently, but the results are absolutely off the charts. That $500 buy-in to my course and community one-time fee is absolutely worth it for the very first pillar, for everything that I teach you in that pillar, for the 12-week accelerator that says, okay, we're going to pick a sphere and you're going to consistently add people to your business and do it day by day, day by day. So if you're just starting out, we need to start out with who is in your sphere of influence, make a list, put them in your CRM, make sure you're getting those contacts, pour those in. And then we need to expand, right? Once we have everyone that's in there currently and we're really focused on it, now we're expanding it right now. Okay, how are we going to expand it? How are we going to intentionally do this? How are we going to do this without scaring people off and asking if, they want to buy or sell? That's exactly what you need to dive into your personality and be. The truth is, if the more of yourself you can be and the more outgoing and the more you can bring to the conversation versus trying to take the transaction, take this, take that, the more you can give to the conversation, the better this will work, especially in these spheres of influence where people already know you, right? This will be a transition, but it's not going to be obvious. It's not going to be, like you're a walking billboard for your real estate business anymore. You're going to do it tactically. You're going to do it differently, and you're going to do it with a giver's heart. And that will absolutely change the game when it comes to scaling your sphere. And so as we do this, we're building relationships, and we want to become omnipresent, right? We want to connect with them on socials personally, right? At a church, we don't want to be like, hey, go to my business page and fill out this survey and give me a review. That's not what we're trying to do. We're like, hey, let's just be friends on Facebook, or let's, what's your IG? Let me follow you, right? Because then they will consistently see, okay, you have some of your life, you have some of your personal stuff, but you also have your business, right? You don't even have to tell them you're a real estate agent if you're sending them to a social media platform that you've, strategically set up. So it's you, it's your brand, it's everything about you. It's personal, it's, recreational, it's work, it's your dreams, it's everything that you have. And that's exactly the point, right? A lot of people, when we're going off on the social media pillar, we're trying to do every single thing. And we'll talk about that in a later video. But if you're managing the sphere of influence and you're all connecting on Facebook, or you're in this Facebook group with the gym or the church or whatever that is, like, connect with people on the personal side, right? Friend people on Facebook. It's not hard. It's easy. People don't mind. It's very unintrusive. And once you friend them, then we're putting out content, right? We're putting out educational content. We're showing the beautiful home we're looking at. We're talking about, the new loan product or whatever it is that you're putting in there, mixing in with your personal kind of, I think it's like a mural of your life. Everything about you should be on that page that you're comfortable sharing on social media. And when you connect with people on there, it's not as intrusive as, here's my business card. Let me know if you want to buy or sell. So the goal there is omnipresence. You're being a part of the community. You're doing what you're doing. You're serving the community that way, not selfishly, but giving. And then all of a sudden your friends on Facebook, and all of a sudden they're seeing your events, and all of a sudden they're seeing all your successes. And then they see, your kids, and you're going on great vacations and all of that. And people want to buy into that, right? People want to buy into that piece. And I'm not telling you have to use your kids as leverage, or maybe you don't even have kids, but seeing the inside of you, seeing that personal side of you will allow them to make that a comfortable connection. And then that real estate stuff still comes along. So this is a super important piece of building your sphere, is where you're going to connect with people, right? Maybe you have an email newsletter. Maybe there's a coupon in there. Maybe there's, things that are going on. Maybe it's more community based, and then there's a little bit of real estate education or something along those lines. All of those are great as long as they're not just walking, talking billboards. Are you ready to buy or sell? And once this really takes off, it's absolutely amazing, because the beauty of the sphere of influence that you're managing, whether that's a small sphere, a big sphere, whatever it is once they see your success, once they see your heart and your heart to give and serve, they want to help you build your business, right? That's absolutely the key to success, is having your sphere of influence now tell their little spheres of influence. And that's where the exponential growth comes from. So this is where it scales. This is where you put your, lifeline there. You say, okay, absolutely, I'm going to drive everyone to my Facebook page. I'm going to talk about real estate. I'm going to talk about life. I'm going to talk about my hobbies. And people are going to connect with certain things, and they're going to connect with, maybe it's just hobbies, but then all of a sudden they're going to see this. And the next thing you know, your neighbor's telling, their kids that, they need to call you because you know everything about the real estate market. True story happens. So utilizing these social medias, utilizing these connections and these opportunities to give information to people is absolutely huge. Once you have that, then you can dial in those testimonials and reviews. Certainly you can have some character testimonials or reviews early on. That's okay. Absolutely within, the bounds of your relationships. People that like, and trust. I tell my agents this all the time when I'm talking about getting their first deal, right? We're always talking about, who's that first deal? Do you know who it's going to be? Well, if you don't, it's probably going to be somebody that you already know, like, and trust. It could be in a different state, right? Referrals and things like that can happen. But those people already trust and know you. So why do we shy away from them? right? Are we the best person that can serve them? Do we have the most time as new agents to serve that person? Do we have the heart to serve that person? How excited are we to have that first deal? We're going to do everything in our power to do it right and make it an amazing experience. And I think we discount ourselves as new agents sometimes in that area where you have time, right? Where you have the time to focus in and learn and be a sponge and be empathetic and have those relationships. And that's the best part of the sphere of influence, because once you change that person's life and you help that person and you're actually genuine and do it, they will tell everybody, right? My referral partners, my referral clients that send me referral after referral, right? I have people that send me 3, 4, 5 referrals a year, right? Because they had that great experience, because I was willing to